Ladies. Hey. All I did not say. All right, Shalom Israel. Salakia, give me 1 second. I'm gonna cut all the music off. Music ain't want to stop today. It was brutal. All right, with that being said, what's going on, Israel? With the ISUPK, start out of 1 West. I spot you put this on the thing. I forgot how to do it, man. Put this up there on the screen. Focus, show. Put the class on the screen so I can see it. I forgot to do it. It's been so long. Salakia, Israel, Shalom. With ISUPK, start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commanding General Yohana. This is the Lashawan Qadash class, the Friday language class. Let me try another one. You got these out like a pack?
No, come. It's still not working good.
Yeah, all right. This one might work good. I hope none of these I hope they ain't putting them back in the pack by accident when they get done. I just trace over it real quick. The wild, I think we might be good with this one right here.
Come on.
But just in case, can you grab another? Come on, sure. All right, so y'all know I wanted to start putting the words up as Captain Akad's song plays to give y'all a chance to write down some of these words. All right. So I'm not sure if y'all can see the first word. This one looks pretty faded. So I'm just trying to trace over it, and hopefully y'all can see it a little bit better. But we in lesson 12 at the end of we had to review. As y'all know, some of these lessons, they have a review at the end. So we in lesson 12, the review. They call it drill and review. That's actually the name of it. So we're not exactly at lesson 12, drill and review. Where we're at is lesson 12, the assignment. I forgot to give us an assignment on lesson 12. So we had lesson number 12, the assignment for the class. So that's where we are right now. All right. But what we're doing in the class right now, we are basically, I want to give you the words that we're going to be doing. So we're going to be, we have 10 verses, 10 free, how can I say it? They're giving us 10 verses to break down, but it's not, of course, the whole verse. We went through that in the beginning of this book, which is, I usually show this, so let me show it now. The Biblical Hebrew Work and Textbook, or Text and Workbook. Biblical Hebrew Text and Workbook. All right. Written by authored by three she-devils. Who cares what their names are? Y'all get this book from the ISUPK website under the Study Tools tab. I still got my, Salaki is all the way on the other side. I still got my tag on here. I just spilled wine on this damn thing and everything. It was $17.50. That was it. Just gotta get the used one. $17.50 used. Gigantic textbook. We going into lesson 12, the assignment. All right. Lesson 12 assignment is right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Okay. But that's what we're going to be doing right now. So I'm giving you some words. A lot of these words we already did. But since we're going over them today in this assignment, we got 10 different verses we're going to be breaking down. So with that being said, I'm just going to give y'all the words from each one. All right? Just so y'all can have them. What was this? This was a shop. So y'all can just start copying this stuff down. Now more than likely, you may already have this. All right? More than likely, you already have pretty much every single one of these words in your notes. But for the newcomers that don't, then you can take it, you can write it down. All right. And you can have them in your notes for future references, right? What's the next word? The bar. Also, too, type in your questions as well. Now, everybody out there, I know I've been saying this every week, but I finally made the time to start Salaki for this. Ain't this something? Now look at this. Let me show y'all something, man. It's right here. This is an important phone call in the world. It's my pops, man. He in prison. He in the feds. So we gonna keep doing the class. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna call him back. All right. Now I finally got a chance to really start looking at the older classes. All right. Hey, what's up, Pop? Hey, I'm good, Pop. I'm teaching right now. You mind if I hit you back? I said I'm teaching right now. You mind if I call you back? For sure. My bad, Pop. I'm trying to call you back tonight, but I'm doing it tomorrow, okay? Alright, cool. No sweat, Pop. You said. You know I'm celebrating New Year, Pop. You already know. I know. I just want to let you know that I love you and we're going to come in New Year and tell me we'll be together, alright? Alright, no sweat. Alright, Pop. Hit me up tomorrow or later on tonight. Alright. So I finally got a chance to go through some of these older lessons that I did. I'm gonna start picking through them, the ones that I think is the best, and we're gonna put out the lesson series on Facebook. Not too much Instagram and all that, but just Facebook and on YouTube. Name the lesson series. Of course, the Biblical Hebrew Text and Workbook. Y'all already know. All right. We'll do lesson 1, 2, all the way up to where we are now. And with that being said, I'm going to write this down here, and we can begin to get into the class. Speak. The bar means speak. The bar also means word. Actually, the bar got a few different meanings, right? But these are the main two. The bar got a few different slang meanings. It's also used as say sometimes. Sometimes used as say. And then it got like a few different other meanings. All right. All right. So with that being said, y'all can go ahead and write that down. Just so y'all know, man, this IHPK, we got a hell of a prison program. Lord willing out there, I get my pops in that prison program one day. You know what I mean? Get him up in there. Hopefully he come through, change his life and all that. You know what I mean? Get himself together. And that'll be that. But shout out to all the brothers who are holding themselves down in the IHPK. And the IHPK is holding them down as well. That's doing their thing out there in the prisons, man, getting raised up. New officers, new troopers out there doing their thing, all right? Now, with that being said, y'all go ahead and get these words down. Astawak, let's get the first scripture that they want us to do, which is Judges 16:1. And then once everybody's done getting this down, we'll go into Salaki. We'll go into some more words. I'll put the rest of the words up on the board, and we'll just continue to break them down, all right? So with that being said, let me know when you got Judges. Judges, what I asked for?
16.
Judges 16:1.
That's that. I learned that from Desire because I forgot.
Oh yeah, Most High in Christ.
Listen, watching a bunch of Tazariak battles, that's how I learned. It's like I just put it in there somewhere and be like, I'm gonna remember.
Oh shit, Most High in Christ. Salaki for the language. Most High in Christ. Hold on, what am I doing? I'm doing the wrong thing. Trying to share this class. Make sure y'all type in your questions as well, man. Type in your questions, and we gonna get it in. All right. Shalom to everybody out there that's watching this class online. You know what I mean? I know. Listen, we fighting. You know, what we're doing is holy. It's separate compared to what America is doing, compared to what the earth is doing right now. The earth wants to celebrate New Year's. They're about to in a second. They're about to. The earth is about to celebrate New Year's in a second. Salaki. But we on the other hand, we not. We don't get down like that. The earth is about to get drunk and party and cheat on their husband and sleep with some other woman's wife and eat black-eyed peas and collard greens. I remember that. I think I ate a few black-eyed peas and collard greens in my day. I used to walk as a kid. I think I even had it explained to me one time. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's ridiculous what our family members are doing out there. Yo, y'all just witnessed my father call from prison, and still he knows that I don't celebrate the New Year's or none of those days, and he still says, well, you know, one day, you know what I mean, whatever he just said, I forgot. But that's how it is, man. You know what I mean? That's how it is. Our family members, we got to work twice as hard to get them out of the hell that they love to be in. You would think, you know, doing a prison sentence, doing all that time he got, you would think he would say, you know what, let me try what my son is doing. Maybe that's what, you know what I mean? He good. Let me try what he's doing. Maybe that'll work. Nah. Yeah, let me try what my daughter's doing, what my other sons are doing, what the rest of my daughters are doing. Let me do what they're doing, because at least I can call them and we can all be happy for 20 minutes, 3 hours. You know what I mean? It is ridiculous. Go ahead.
If I could.
I don't know if you've seen it or if the brothers and sisters watching seen it. But Captain Cesario just did
I'm gonna put some more words up. Go ahead, Oscar.
he posted a lecture at him. Not a lecture, a debate with this Jewish man, right? So-called Jew. You know what I'm saying? The devil. You know what I'm saying? And it always is entertaining to me when they be like, speak Hebrew, read the Bible in Hebrew. They always get mad and do that, and then start speaking English.
Yep.
That's not Hebrew. That's not our letters.
Yeah.
They be like, yeah, we got the traditions for so long ago and way back in this place. Why are you using that block Hebrew?
Yep.
And why are you talking Yiddish? And that's not the language.
This is Hebrew from Yale University. They will tell you this is ancient Hebrew. They'll call it Aramaic. They'll call it Paleo Hebrew. But this is Hebrew. They'll call it Phoenician. They call it a lot of damn things. But this is Hebrew. All those words are to say old ancient Hebrew. Right? And they'll use that, and they'll do that same thing, like, well, they'll use that excuse like as if we didn't know it. And they'll try to use it as an excuse to stop getting cut.
Right.
But they'll say, speak Hebrew. And then we start to speak Hebrew, and they are lost. As if we speak as if we start speaking gibberish. Right. They get lost. They don't know what the hell we're talking about, and then they start speaking what? The white man's language. Now, it's okay for a white man to speak his language. He had Yiddish already before he stole our language. That's fine for him to do. But nigga, why are you doing it? Sis, why are you doing it? Shalom, Makati. What the hell are you talking about? What are you even saying? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's obvious, man. Alright? It's obvious that we are still slaves in America and that we have no culture. We have no American culture. We have no culture here in America. And that we are denying our true and only culture that we have in this earth, which is our real and actual natural culture, our actual culture, which is being an Israelite. We'll deny that. All right. So this word Yaba'ah. Did I do Yaba'ah already? I don't think I did. I'll put it up there. I think I did Ya'ra'ah. Yaba'ah is a word as well. I just gotta figure out what it means again. I forgot what the other meant. Alright, and then I'll put it right here once I get it. I'm gonna do the other words though. I'm gonna keep on going. And y'all typing y'all questions as well. Let me know if y'all got any questions, man. Make sure y'all fight hard. Can you give me the scripture that says endure like a good soldier for Christ? This go out here for y'all sisters too. Now sisters don't go to war, but goddamn it, you better damn sure endure like a goddamn soldier. You better say, I'm a woman. I'm a goddamn woman, and I'm gonna endure. Because if not, then guess what? You're gonna lose. Alright? You're gonna lose. Boom, boom, boom. So that's all I got. Let me get Yaba'ah for you right here. Real quick while you pulling that scripture up.
Okay.
You got it? You go ahead and read.
The book of Second Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 3.
Uh-huh.
Thou, therefore, endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ.
Hold on. It said endure what?
Hardness.
Hardness. If you can't endure hardness, if you can't endure rough times, if you can't survive and make it through rough times, then you are going to fail, man. You are going to fail what you are supposed to be passing. The Most High Power gave us a chance to pass at life and get a crown. For a sister to pass at life and get a husband that is wearing a crown. To get a father that has a crown on his head. To get a brother to be a sister to a man that has a crown. Which in the kingdom, it'll mean your father had a crown. So is your husband either have a crown or your father have a crown? You know what I mean? Giving us that chance to get ourselves together, man. to really get ourselves together, not to play around, not to waste this time being full of lust, but to do the right damn thing, man. Salakia, let me type it in here because I can't find Yaba'ah. I believe Yaba'ah is a word. We just did it last week. Sometimes these damn words, man, they get jumbled up in my head. Salakia. But y'all go ahead and get all of this stuff written down. Boom, boom, boom. Let me find it. I thought it was right here. No, Tazaba'ah is a word. I think Yaba'ah is just Bawa'ah. I think that was just Bawa'ah. But let me see if I can find it in the words. And it's easy, y'all. All you gotta do is go to twoletterlookup.com. Everything is there. You go to twoletterlookup.com, you in the game. So y'all should pretty much have down these other words. You got Judges, the 16th chapter. Are you still holding that? Salaki, I know it's been a minute. But I want to get Judges, the 16th chapter. So y'all know I always give y'all the words and then we go into the lesson, right? All right. So right now, I just want to give y'all the full list of words that we're about to be doing. Most of these words, we already had. We already went through. We already looked them up and everything. Hold on, what in the world is this? All right, here we go. I forgot. It was something going on with twoletterlookup.com. Hold on. I don't know if they was trying to get rid of it or what. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Bear with me and type in y'all questions. Let me check the questions real quick as well. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. I'm going to check y'all questions. Type in any questions you need answered, and we'll get to it. So now I'm going to put in Yaba'ah just to make sure. Hold on. And them Christians, boy, next door, you can hear them stomping and all that. I don't know if y'all can hear that. But they was just over there stomping for Jesus and their life and all that. And they got no clue that the Lord or Christ ain't hearing nothing they say. Right. All right, so it is Bawa'ah. So, it's Yaba'ah. For some reason, I thought that was a word. But it's Bawa'ah. Bawa'ah is the one which means come or enter into. All right. Enter in, came. You gotta switch this. So you got Judges. You got the first one they want us to do. Judges 16:1. All right. So Bawa'ah, come, enter in, came. Now some of these do look a little bit small, so I'm gonna try to erase this one right here at the bottom. Just make it a little bit bigger. So Like, y'all, my handwriting get a little jammed up sometimes. All right, so bawa'a, come, enter into. Came, come, enter in. That's bawa'a. And they came, and they coming, all those things, coming, enter in. So that's the word bawa'a, al. Salaki, I didn't put how to pronounce this. This is A-H-L. Or just regular A-L, depending on how you want to do it. Al. All right. Al has a few other meanings as well. All right, meaning like power. I was going to put the other meanings with it, but for this case, I decided to leave it out. All right. So give me Judges 16:1. Baba Kashaw.
The book of Judges, chapter 16 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Then went Samson to Gaza and saw there in harlot.
Then went Samson to Gaza and saw there what?
In harlot.
In harlot. All right. So Samson went to Gaza and he saw the harlot. What is a harlot? A whore. Then went Samson to Gaza and saw an harlot. Now, since this is just the assignment, I don't gotta go in and I don't gotta, put it up on the screen like I usually do. We'll just hear the assignment, hear what it said. We'll write the assignment out that they're giving us, and then we'll break it down. All right. And we got enough words to do number one. All right. So with that being said, let me put this back in my pocket, my phone. So assignment 1. Assignment 1. That's what we're gonna start at. Boom, boom, boom. So wayara'a shum asha. Wayara'a shum asha. And this is what they asked us to break down. Wayara'a shum asha. Why the beginning of a root word, everybody knows means and. That's easy, right? And Yara'a. Yara'a is fear. What is it? Ra'a, which is a word I should have gave you. Let me give you this right now, just so y'all can have it. Ra'a. Ra, and ha, right? But of course, and ha are connected. Ra'a means see. Ra'a, see. It also means saw. All right? Or seeing. See, seeing, saw. That's what the word ra'a means. So, ya at the beginning of a root word means he. And he, then ra'a. Because remember, characters can drop off, or letters can drop off, right? One letter would be ha, is considered to be a weak character. Because, just like a whore is weak. A whore is weak because what? She lets everybody enter into her. She's used a lot by different people for different things. The same thing goes for our characters, and I hate to use that type of metaphor for our language, but our characters are the same way. If it's a character that's used a lot for different things, it's weaker than Ra, because Ra is not used for anything at all, besides, actual being a part of a word, like being in a root word. Ha is a word by itself, means the, it's used as of, you know what I mean? So, at the end of a root word, it means she or her. So with that being said, it's used to make things feminine also, Salakia. It's used to make things feminine. So with that being said, it's weak. It's used a lot. So it's not going to be a weak, it's not going to be a strong character. So therefore, it can drop off. So, and he, waya, ra'ah, saw. Without, of course, the ha dropped off. And he saw, because it could be and he see, or and he sees, one of those. But we'll just put and he saw. We'll just use that for right now, right? And he saw. And he saw Shum. So in this case, I'll put how you pronounce it. Right here under there too. Wa'yara'ah. Alright, that's how you pronounce it. Wa, it is saw. Oh, Salaki. I'm about to put why means saw. Why is and y'all stop me too, man. Yeah, don't let me jam myself up here. Alright? Y'all know Hebrew as well out there. Ra'ah, saw. Y'all know this stuff too. Shum. Shum is, in this case, would be there. Because it means there, and it also means naming. Right? Just like we already had up on the board. In this case, I believe it means there. And he saw there. Wayara'ah Shum. There's a little dash in here to say, and he saw there. Wayara'ah Shum. It wouldn't say, and he saw name. Because Shum also means name. And he saw name. That wouldn't make any sense. So, and he saw there Asha, a woman. A woman. Alright? Now, it says, and he saw there an harlot. I want to make some of these. I think I'm writing this a little bit too small, y'all. I don't know. We got a whole board. We're doing one lesson at a time. I was going to write a lot bigger. You know what I mean? For everybody to see. You shouldn't have to wonder what the hell is on the board. Alright, and he saw there a woman. Right? Make this a lot bigger. And I'll make woman bigger too. And he saw there a woman, or in this case, a harlot. That's the type of woman she was. She was a harlot. Go ahead.
No, I was just reading what you had on the board, Slavic.
So, Shum, is how you pronounce it. Shum, and it means there. Right? So I'll put woman, but it's saying harlot. It's the type of woman. She was a harlot. Saw there a harlot.
Slavic.
Go ahead.
That word means harlot or woman?
This word is a woman, but you can use it as, it's like a broad statement. It means sister, woman. Asha is also a B-I-T-C-H for a man, like a P-U-S-S-Y.
So, like, if you called a man that word,
Yeah, I mean, we can get it.
you calling them the B word.
Yeah, that's in the, what you call
What?
it? This means B-I-T-C-H, man. You know, B-I-T-C-H-A-S-S-N-I-G-G-A. That's what this means. Also, that's what a Shah means. If you call a man an Asha, I'll show you. I'll show you in the Blue Letter Bible. If you call a man an Asha, you call him a B-I-T-C-H. It's nothing new under the sun, man. There's nothing new under the sun. I mean, whatever, listen, It's ways you just like you call a woman a dog, a bitch. You call her a dog, a kalaba, a dog, female dog. That's what you call her, right? So we're looking for where we at? Judges. We had Judges 16:1. So I'm gonna put this up on the screen for y'all real quick, and let's while y'all writing that down. All right. Let me put up here how to pronounce this too. I'm gonna take this off the board. I'm gonna put up here how you pronounce it, right? Just so y'all can write all this down. Shot. I know sisters know how to pronounce that, but in this case it was saying Harlem, so we'll put what it was actually saying. Right? You remember our language is a slang language, man. Our language is slang. So it has many different, meanings. Salaki. Our words have many different meanings. All right, so while y'all write that down, I'm gonna bring this up. Oh, what in the world did I do? All right. Here we go. Good. I'm gonna take off the. What am I gonna take off? These little dots. You know what I'll do? Bang. So what I want to do is hold on, bang, bang. Salaki, y'all. Salam, everybody that's out there online watching. I'm gonna show you that what I'm about to put on the screen now is the Blue Letter Bible. We're gonna go and we're gonna read. First, let me make this a little bit smaller. We ain't gonna actually read the scripture because we're already breaking down the scripture now, and we got 9 more to do. But so take these little dots off. But I do want to show you in the lexicon. Okay, here it says Asha. Asha. We know that's the word that we doing. Asha. H802. Right? Now I'll make this big on the screen. So, boom. Okay. Right? Asha. So, with that being said, we'll click on it, H802. And we're going to go into the lexicon. Asha is a woman. We know that, right? A sister, a woman. Asha can be used as wife, is used as wife. Ayash is husband. Asha is woman, wife, female. Opposite of a man, right? We get it. We understand it's a woman. All right, it's a female. Now, we're going to go into the lexicon. This right here. The Genesis Hebrew Chaldee lexicon. We're going to go in it and see. We're going to read the full entry. Right? Now, I wanted to show you that, okay, it says a woman of every age. We got that. Female. We get that. Right? But I want to show you that it's also used to call a cowardly man. You think I want to pass it? It's also used to call a cowardly man. Oh, damn, there you go. There you go. All right, so Genesis 29 and 21. C. As a man, all right, it won't let me highlight. As a man is praised for valor. So as a man is praised for being valiant. His valor, his warlike spirit, being a warrior. All right, just like a man is praised for that. But I want to make this big so y'all can see. Just like a man is big, can get praised for being a warrior. You know what I mean? It's like we do in Aisha PK. So, hold on. For valor, constancy, and an intrepid mind. So, woman is used as a term of reproach to a cowardly man. What is reproach? To correct a cowardly man. That's that. How you correct a cowardly man? What you say to your son? Stop being a sissy. What you say when you grow? Stop being a bitch all your life. Stop being a pussy. One who is timid, undecided. Like he can't make a damn decision. He's timid. He's weak. He's scared. He's a asha. He's a bitch. He's a pussy. He's a with all them down south slang words that mean you a sucker. What's some of the words y'all be saying down there?
They call people FB.
Oh yeah. FB, F boy, FUCK, BUY. You know what I mean? You're a PUSSY boy. Botsy boy, all that. You know what I mean? You call you gay. That's in here. It ain't nothing new under the sun. You know what I mean? Did the white man start that? You punk ASSBITCH. I don't think he did. That's us. Now back to the list.
So like it, and then right under there it say it is join. This is the raise nouns, and then it says a harlot right there.
Oh damn! Go ahead, Astawat.
It says a concubine and
a harlot, a concubine, right there, which is what we was just doing. That's good. That's perfect, man. And it's also used for an honest woman. A shaf kaya, an honest woman, Ruth. Right? So we know that it has different meanings. Alright? So with that being said, let's get back into the class. And I'm glad that you pointed that out because that was the point of us looking up that word too. To show a cowardly man, but he also pointed out that it is used as harlot. But once you start to learn Hebrew and you start to understand it, it won't be far-fetched that a word that means woman also means whore. A word that means woman also means you're a punk nigga. You know what I mean? It just makes sense because it's our spirit. You know what I mean? That a dog will be used for a woman. I wonder how we made that connection in America. I wonder where that came from. You know what I mean? Women call a man a B, a PUSS. Well, I wonder where she got those terms from to say, you know what I mean? What makes her feel like it could be something different, like women call each other bitchs, but it don't mean what we mean. That's why when we say it, they so hurt by it, but they can say it to each other, and they won't say, "Damn, you called me a B." But a man, you can't call a man a B, and he's not gonna feel some type of way about it. You call a sister a hoe, she's definitely gonna feel some type of way about it, unless she's a whore. Even when a woman calls her a hoe. I wonder why that is, because it's in our spirit. Right. So two women can call each other bees, nothing wrong. But two women can't call each other whores unless they're actually whores. Shut up, hoe. She can be like, all right, you know what I mean? She might let it slide if she grew up in the ghetto, but she's really not a hoe. You know what I mean? And eventually, she ain't gonna like it. Just like a man ain't gonna really like being called a B, because it's really not who he is. Go ahead, Astawat.
If I could, what's so heavy about this is like, this says if you call a man this, it's like you act like a woman. Mm-hmm. You act like a B word. And that's how we talk. Like we'll be like, yo, you act like a female right now. You see what I'm saying? And then it actually means woman. And then it means harlot. And another thing we do is we be like, you acting like a hoe.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You see what I'm saying?
That's down south. You acting like a hoe. You hoe ASS Negro.
See what I'm saying? So you say a man, you say you acting like a hoe. And then like you were saying, it's damn near like it is the word woman. Yep. And the B word, when women talking to each other, is like saying woman too. You see what I'm saying? They do play around and call each other hoe. They just get mad when you call them hoe.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's
But hold on, here's the thing. Honest women don't call each other whores. Whores call each other whores. Like I said, I got 10 sisters. A lot of them and their friends was whores. And the ones that was not whores, I have never ever heard them call each other a whore ever.
Right.
It's like I never heard it from them. I don't think I ever will. Unless they now what you're saying is true. Unless they joking like, oh, you being a hoe this weekend, but really she would be being a hoe. You know what I mean? Because she'll be meeting a random man. It'll be like it's a joke to say, are you actually going to do that? Are you actually going to be a hoe? You know, but they won't never. I have never heard an honest woman call another honest woman a whore ever. It's like and they be cool with it or joking or just like two masculine men. I never heard them really say, "Oh, this nigga a pussy," and nothing ever happened. But like they never pulled each other to the side or you know what I mean. It's just it don't work like that. Now, if he was what was I watching the other day? State Property. Y'all know I'm from Philly. we in Philly in here. I was watching State Property, and he was calling Cousin E, shot him in his hand, told him what hand you roll up with and all that. We remember that. But Cousin E was a coward. Because who the hell, you know what I mean? Everybody else out putting in work, all you do is roll blunts. You scared to tell this nigga to stop talking to you like that. So you wouldn't be wrong in saying he's a coward. But even a coward don't want to be called a coward. So it's the same thing. And a lot of y'all bees don't want to be called bees. I had to bring it out, Ostawa. A lot of y'all BITCHs and Ashas don't want to be called that. A lot of y'all hoes nowadays, slut shaming. They don't want to be called hoes no more neither. But you're an honest woman. Anyway, let's move on. All right, so everybody should have this, right? I'm glad that I forgot we got on the topic, but that was heavy, and we got a chance to bring that out. All right. So now you can know that we ain't just making this up. We don't make this up. It ain't nothing under the sun. It ain't nothing that's stopping us, from having our culture and really embracing. Some people say you don't need Hebrew. Who the hell would say that? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, let me give you some reasons why we do need Hebrew, right? One, the way you communicate shows who you are. How do you know if they're an uppity nigga? Most of the time, how they talk. Which is shocking where somebody talks all uppity, but then they ready to rumble, they putting in work. I watched the BMF documentary, right? Not the little HBO type one, but the one where the driver, where did his documentary, right? And I forget what it's called, but it's the BMF one. So he was talking about how, he always was good in school. Like all his friends kept saying, I would have never thought he would have ended up selling any type of, drugs or being the one to go to jail and, makes millions of dollars as a criminal because he was so good. Even though he came from the hood in New York, he always, maintained, he never liked that type of surrounding, but he did have it in him. So once he got, a part of BMF and, he started really doing what he was doing, when he got with him, the niggas in BMF was looking at him like, why is he even here? Like, this nigga came in a suit and tie to a drug meeting in the 80s. like he was, he was uppity to them, but he just was street smart. And it's shocking to see a person that's uppity be that way because how you communicate, that's how you know the person. How do you know, what I mean? It's like, how do you know a hood ratchet broad from one that ain't ratchet? If you were deaf and you watch two black women argue, you don't know if one is speaking white and the other one is speaking from the ghetto. You just see two women yelling until you hear them speak. That's how you know what's in them. If you've seen two men arguing, you know one saying, "Wow, man, you're an asshole," and the other one saying, "Nigga, I smacked the." You don't know what they're saying if you deaf until you hear them speak, and then you know who they are, or maybe how they dress. We put words on our clothing. Our language is our culture. Is who we are, and that's why we need Hebrew, because that's the last piece to our culture. That's how we learn all of it. That's how we put everything together. That is who we are. All right, give me Numbers 36 and 1. Wayadabarwa lapanya masha. Numbers 36 and 1. I think you made me forget what I was about to write. Wayadabarwa 36 and 1. It's a lot, y'all know I should have just cut off from what I was saying a little bit. Lapanya.
If I could too,
My shot. Go ahead.
another thing too, like we was talking about it earlier, with the way languages work, is like the language puts you back to like the time when it was written. You know what I'm saying? Like it gives you a better understanding of the context in which you're reading, how it was said and what was said, and then it's like a better historical point than to read the later translation. Because you know they got all these new translations of the Bible that if you go and like you pulled up the Hebrew for that word right there, and the New and Living Color version of the Bible. That's what I call it. All the new translations, the New and Living Color versions of the Bible. It's gonna be totally different words right there to where it's not gonna correlate with the Hebrew for the scriptures that we read.
Right.
And that's the problem with Christians is they gonna read the New and Living Color version of the Bible that's not even close to what the Hebrew said, and it's just Esau taking it and making it to where it sounds good for what he already teaching. Like it's not gonna sound like what it was before. Like I think like one of the black scriptures is like the black scriptures I think are like not even in there. So in the King James version, you're gonna go to the Hebrew, you know what I'm saying, to go back to that, and it's gonna say this word means black skin or it means black or something. But in the New and Living Color version of the Bible, it's not even gonna say black right there. Like the word is not gonna be there. So being able to see the closest version to the original language is also gonna be important too. To like put you back, you know what I'm saying, in that right state of mind of understanding what the people originally meant, and not what Esau trying to tell you with his later on.
Later on, new bullshit, you know, that he came up with. Now the Blue Letter Bible, all that, they can change all that stuff. They got the internet and all that, but somebody is gonna say like, "Yo, y'all, that's not the correct text. That's not what we have in the beginning. That's not the original." Right. You know, that's not how you change it. You can't change it too much without ending up in court. Because you'll take away the authentication from it. It won't be authentic anymore. So they can change it and update it, but at the same time, they can't really update it out of the context, because then it's like, well, now you didn't change the whole King James version, and you know what I mean? And that's not what it originally said. Is even in your books, and that's not what it said. This is fraud, and now they got to pay and go to jail. Go ahead.
It's like if I could too. Another thing about that is when they start printing like new books, they'll start to print it different than it was written originally. Like my mom, I remember when we was like finding like the truth about us, the Native Americans and some other stuff. She went back and she found like them old books, like in here, brothers found old books where it say something completely different. Like it'll break something down, and it'll be the real history of something that happened, and like it'll be real accurate to what really happened. And then you will read a version of the same events today, and it'll say something completely different.
No. Listen, when I was homeless, I was sleeping in this abandoned house. This abandoned house, man, had an atlas of Philly, the original atlas of it being made, had everything written down. I'm talking about before it was the whole thing. It had books in there. It had books in there. Two of them was like 250,000. I was trying to sell the books to this place downtown, but I thought they was gonna try to cheat me out of it because it was worth that. I called them. I said, "Look, do y'all buy books? This book is worth such and such." They say, "Hold on." The first place like, "We don't buy it. No. Here goes the number to a real place that we're not about to pay that for this book. We buy books for $10 and stuff like that." So they gave me the number to this place. Man, I went up like had to be 40 stories in the air downtown. It's one of them real buildings. Sat with two white devils. I brought a picture of the book because I didn't want to bring the book because I didn't know what the devils was going to try to do, right? And they was like, "You have this book?" I said, "Yes, I have it, and I got this one too." Right. So all together, and I told them, I said, "And I have the Atlas of Philadelphia from 17 something something something." Right. And they was like, "You got all those books?" I said, "Yeah, I have them." Man, the day I went back, I had them too. I did. But so all together it was like 750,000 almost, right? I think the Atlas was worth more than that. It was worth more than like 200 something thousand. I think that was worth it was a lot. But I know them two books definitely was 250 grand, damn near a piece. It was like close to 500,000 with them, and I knew I could get like 200,000 for that Atlas of Philly, and because it was three of them. It was 1, 2, 3, like 17, the original, the add-ons, and then the add-on. So now in that house, right, that abandoned crib, it was downtown near the camp spot. It was abandoned because I was sleeping downtown, and I came past it like, damn, it's going abandoned. So I was like, all right, I started staying in there and shit. So I was finding all types of stuff. But the main point is this one book that I found. It was a encyclopedia. It had no cover. It was dusty. But it said that the Hebrews was black. When I went to the word Hebrew, it said black people from something, something. It said they're black. They're from something, something. I forget what it said, but it said the Hebrews was black. And that is the only book that I regret not taking with me. That's the only, because I got locked up when I went back in there. Some homosexual called the cops on me. A brother, too. Right? And I ended up getting locked up in that crib. But they did let me go because I wasn't like doing nothing. I was, what I mean? Like, fuck, what you gonna do? A homeless person, what I mean? So the owner let me go and all that. But that is the only book that I regret not getting. Not the ones that was worth all the money. But the one encyclopedia that said that Hebrews were black people. Taken from somewhere. I forget exactly. Only thing I know is that it definitely said the Hebrews are black people. And that's the only one I regret taking, man. Out of all them books, I was like, damn, I should have kept that one. Why didn't I keep that book? But I'm glad that I didn't have nothing on me from that house, because that book would probably sent me to jail all them damn years. All right. With that being said, let's do this. Let's finish the lesson. Now this is Numbers 36 and 1. Can you read that for me?
It's like if I could, real quick. That was kind of like my point. Like that's what we was realizing. We was realizing like the definition, what stuff meant when you look at the historical aspect, even the maps. We were seeing like they changed the maps. They was like the map of the earth don't even look like this. Africa really big as hell, and on the old maps it was big as hell. But now they're like, well, make Africa small and make America big as hell. So it looked like we the greatest. Like we just start seeing that they just been doing stuff, and when you go read their original stuff, like even I seen something where like it might have been from here. I think somebody here was breaking it down. It was like something about when they came to America, they were saying like it don't make sense for us to come over here and let black people basically be equal to us because we are the minority on the earth. So we need to come over here and make sure that we on top and we the majority over here. So everybody think based on what we say. Because they was talking, I think somebody was breaking down out of one of them books how the Jews had money and they was black in Europe. That's what it was. Right. It was like they were saying the Jews got money and they black in Europe. They got jewelry and everything. It was like, no, take their jewelry and stuff from them. And then when they come over here, don't let them act like regular people. They got to be like the slaves because we just left from over there and they had money and we was the minority. Yep. We coming over here, let it be to where white people is in charge and we the best people, and then don't let them act like regular people like they're equal to us. They got to be like the slaves that's already over here. That's what it was. Somebody that's it was an Israelite. It was either from here. It was from when we was debating the Egyptologist people. It was from around that time.
Mm.
So
and listen, that makes sense because up north, Israelites was free, and you could walk around free, but they did have this little system going on where they'll make a free man and slave in no time. I wonder why that's it. Now, not just because Esau was so evil, but think about the tactical reason. Like, them Jews think they're gonna come over here from Europe and richer than me,
right,
and gonna hire me while it's niggas picking cotton. I think it's some escaped niggas. That only makes sense. That would only make sense. So now let's give me Numbers 36 and 1. And then we're gonna do all the rest of these.
The book of Numbers, chapter 36, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And the chief fathers of the families of the children of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the family of the sons of Joseph, come near and spake before Moses and before the princes.
Now, let's break it down. Wait, was that it? Salak, I didn't mean to cut you
A
off.
little bit more.
Go ahead.
Salak. It says, the chief fathers of the children of Israel.
The chief fathers of the children of Israel. So, let's break down what it was saying. Wa, at the beginning of a root word, everybody knows means and. So, and. We'll underline wa, we'll put and. Yah, at the beginning of a root word means he, but remember, you also have wa at the end of a root word. What does that mean? It means they. So this wa right here and this wa both equal they. It both means they. That's what they mean. So, and they, the bar spake in old quicker English, or spoke in today's time. And they spoke. All right, we ain't in 1603. We ain't gonna say spake. We're gonna say, and they spoke. And this also too means they. All right, we'll just put it in parentheses. All right, I keep one out the parentheses though, just so we know. I keep the first one out. And they. Actually, I'll keep the second one out because why is what they use all the time as they, and sometimes the yah in the beginning isn't there. So I'll put this first one in parentheses, right? And I'll keep the last one out of the parentheses. They. And they, the bar, spoke. And they spoke. Go ahead. That's what I'm about to say. Go ahead. Lapanya. Lapanya. What does how can I say this? What does panya mean? Panya means face. Panya, face. Right? Lapanya means before. Before. Or in the presence of. Right? So before. So lapanya, before or in the presence of, right? Or face. In this case, it means before. Lapanya, and then Masha, which is Moses. You know that Masha's name is Moses. We underlined it, it means Moses. All right. Now, the way I've been trying to do this recently is to give everybody a way of just understanding what we're doing, right? Just knowing what we're doing, just getting a chance to, to see how, basically to see how we're breaking these words down, how we're breaking all these words down. Wa means and, the bar means spoke. Ya means they, the bar means spoke. Wa at the end, still saying they. Lapanya, one word, before, means before. It also means face, but it's used as before. Masha, one word, means Moses. All right. So wa ya the bar wa, and they spoke. Lapanya, before. Masha, Moses, and they spoke before Moses. All right. Read the scripture again.
Okay. It says, and the chief fathers of the families of the children of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of the sons of Joseph, came near and spake before Moses and before the princes and the chief fathers of the children of Israel.
So there we go. Here we have it. All right. So now we're going to keep on going. We on number 3. All right. So everybody should get a chance to write that down, Salaki. Everybody should get a chance to write that down. Boom, boom. And now we're going to go into, give me the next one. The next scripture is Exodus 3:1. Wayaba'a al-har ha-alahayim ha-rabah. Oh, it's like a ha-rabah. It's like a ha-rabah. All right, so everybody should pretty much have this one down. If not, you can just rewind the class, just go back, just write it all down. This was a simple breakdown right here anyway. Like I said, most of these words we already know, which is why it's an assignment. We're not learning it. We already did it. We just exercising what we already have learned. All right. So Exodus 3:1. Waya ba'a al har, and then I'll get the rest. Wa ya ba'a waya ba'a al har, ha-alahayim charabah. Let me move this one over just a tiny bit. Made it a little too close together. Har ha-alahayim. And then the last one is ha-rabah. All right. Now, we'll put how you pronounce each word. I might have to move this down some. Yeah, I definitely do. So let me just start doing this thing. Wa, ya, ba'a. All right. So what was this one? This was ha-alahayim. I have to bring this down to ha-rabah. So, wayaba'a, that's this word, wayaba'a. Al, A-H-L. Yeah, that's pretty good. I can leave it here. Should be pretty good right here. AHL hard. Should be pretty good right there. I'll drop this one just a tiny bit. All right. Next, ha'alahaya. And the next one is ha'rabah. Bring this down just a little bit more. And type in your questions as well. We answer any questions that you got about the Hebrew. Any questions y'all have about the Hebrew, we'll deal with any questions y'all got. All right, Leviticus 17 and 17. Is there any reason that the Hebrew word for devils also means goat? Let's get it. Leviticus 17 and 7. Now, the first thing I will say is this. Our language is slang. All right? Our language is slang. So it could have multiple meanings. Just like a lot of the stuff we say today don't have nowhere near the actual meaning that it was supposed to mean. But we can look it up and let's see. Now, usually the Hebrew word that we use, Tawara, we use shaitan, which is Satan. All right. Now, if that's the word that you're speaking of, then we'll go to it. So while I pull it up, Leviticus 17 and 7. Find out what the Hebrew word is. Right, boom, let me show the screen. Put this up on the screen, bang. Oh, all right, I stopped sharing the screen, okay. Boom, here we go. So it should be up on the screen now, all right. So with that being said, let's go to it. Boom. You got it, Astawak?
You said Leviticus 17 and 7?
Yeah, Leviticus 17 and 7.
And they shall no more offer their sacrifices unto devils.
They shall no more offer their sacrifices unto devils. Now let's go to it. The word he said, this now this ain't the exact word that we use for devils. This word is sha'ayar, right? Sha'ayar. That which is not the we when we say devil, we call them Satan. All right. Now once again, their sacrifice. Okay, first let's break the scripture down, right? Now, once again, a goat is what people would use to sacrifice. All right. Now it says a few things about goats that are demon possessed and all that. You know what I mean? All that is like little witchcraft things like that, right? But just think of why we would sacrifice to a goat. Well, Salaki, not sacrifice to a goat, but sacrifice a goat. Even here, it got wood demons, resembling he goats. We sacrifice goats, but we sacrifice two devils, to Satan, to demons, to demonic things, which is what the worshipers of Baal did. You would take a goat or whatever, whatever you wanted to sacrifice to Baal. Now, I'm not sure if it was like a goat type of false god back then. It could have been. I'm not too sure if it was, but the fact that we did sacrifice, just like we sacrificed doves, goats, the ox. We would sacrifice all those things. So if you sacrifice those things to Baal, Baal is a devil. You know what I mean? It's just a way of saying that it's a devil. I mean that is Baal's idol worship. Go ahead.
If I could, that is that thing called Baal? No, it's not.
No, the Baphomet. No, that's not Baal. I don't think.
New, right?
I'm not sure how old it is, but I don't think that's Baal. It could be, like I said, but I think Baal was something different. But it could have been. But in here, it would have said Baal if it was. I don't think it was. I don't think that was Baal, because Baal was like Babylonian worship and all that. But it's the same thing, same reason why, that they sacrifice to them. It says, and they shall no more offer their sacrifices to devils, after whom they have gone a whoring. This shall be their statute forever unto their generations. Because we would sacrifice things unto demons and satanic things. I don't want to say demons like how we think of a demon today. Like horror movie demon, the demon is floating in the air and you pouring blood on yourself and all that. Not that type of demon. You have a demon if you are sacrificing goats to a false god. You know what I mean? And who's to say that they wouldn't worship a goat? Right. People worship the goddamn calf. You feel me? So I wouldn't look at it. First off, the word Satan that we use today for devil is shaitan. It means Satan. So when we call the white man the devil, we're speaking about him being of his father, the devil, Satan. That's who he worshiped. You know what I mean? He does the will of Satan. He doesn't do the work of the Lord. So, and which is not the same devil right here that we're looking at. This one is a goat, or the sacrifice to a goat. So with that being said, it's not the same. It's not like, to answer your question, it's not the same word because it's literally not the same thing. If I could, you know what I mean? Right, yeah, right. Just like you said, wasn't sure if it was a specific type of idol. Yeah, it's Salaki, if I could, it was the saying, it's idol worship. But the word that we use for the devil today is shaitan. Right, I'll write it up here for you real quick. I know you know how to spell it. But we talking about literally Satan. Shaitan. You know what I mean? The other word that we just looked up for you was Sha'ar, right? What was it?
It was something like that. What was it, S-A-I-R or something?
S-H-A-I-R, then it had something at the end. I forget, let me go back to it.
If I could, I'm looking up Baal. It says a bull, a ram, or a thunderbolt was like the symbol.
Yeah, they worship a few different things for Baal. Baal came from a ton of different worship of Babylonian garbage, but everybody was like had their own little twist to it. So
that's what I'm reading. It was not totally agreed upon.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the same thing. Everybody was just like Christianity is Baalism, or the worship of Baal. Hold on, wait. Oh shit! Damn, it's lucky, y'all. I went to Leviticus 18 and 7. I was looking for 17. Them damn Christians is going over there. They jamming. They ain't gonna be jamming when them gunshots start though. That's when they gonna show their real spirit. It's all hallelujah now until them gunshots start, and that's when everybody gonna show just how much they love Jesus. Get up under this goddamn chair and hide. I mean, I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with protecting yourself from the gunshots. You know, it was a shot IR. Shot IR. But if y'all ain't familiar with the Philly school, right? We got like a church next door to us. Whose church is that? TD Snake's church, right? TD Snake's church is next door to us, and they be in there, you know, shouting and all that garbage. So this is the word that we just looked up, Shah Ayar, which is not the same as Shaitan. Let me come over here. Shaitan, this is the one that we call the white man. You know what I mean? We call him Satan. And this is the other one for like the goat worshiping and all that stuff. Whatever little cult, you know what I mean, they had back then. But I hope that answered your question. You also type in any other questions y'all have about the Hebrew as well, so we can get them answered. I mean, all right. So to Wada, to the outer one for typing that in. So let's get it. Wayaba'a. All right. Wayaba'a. We know wa means and. We already got that. And he came. We'll put came. We won't put entered into. We'll just put came. So and he, ba'a came. And he came al, meaning to. We know this already, right? To, we're not going to put unto. We are not in 1683. Alright? We're going to just put to. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, we do agree that that is what it said in the King James Bible. It didn't say unto. But we're going to translate it to today's time. And he came to Har, which is mountain. Mountain, right? Or the mountain. We can just put the mountain. We can put that up there too in parentheses. The isn't there. It isn't ha-ha-har. It's just hard. Right? Or ha-har. It's just the word har, which means mountain. So al meaning to, har meaning mountain. Or in this case, the mountain. Because it's assumed that it's going to say the mountain. And he came to the mountain. That just makes more sense, doesn't it? I mean, that's how our language is. And he came to the mountain. Right? Ha alahayim. I'm going to re-put this one here and move it up some to give it some space. Ha alahayim. Ha alahayim. Right? So ha meaning the. Or in this case, since Alahayim is God, it'll be saying to the mountain of the. Of. Or Salaki, of will be up here to the mountain of. Alright? That's what it'll be saying. To the mountain of. And we can take the ha from here, the of from here. Ha, the, Alahayim. Power. Right? Power or God. That's what it translates as. So ha, meaning the, and Alahayim, power. Right? And then the last one is Charabah. Charabah. Alright. Now Charabah, I'm going to get from the read it for me in English, because I forget what the hell this is. This one is a little new to me. I forget. One is, I know what Haran is, right? Charabah. So this could be a land of the god of something. Or, and they came unto Har, the mountain of the God, and then Harabah.
Was we on Exodus 3?
Yes, we on Exodus 3 and 1.
The book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 1. Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb.
Oh, even to Harab. Even to where?
Horeb.
Harab. So Harab is Harab. And it's kind of obvious that it was a landmass. Like from what I said before, which is why I said, remember I said Hebron. I know what Hebron is because it's Haran. This is Karab. Hebron is Haran, right? Or Hebron. Hebron, Salaki. Hebron in Hebrew is Haran. Now, this one is, what is it? Harab?
Yeah, Horeb, Horeb.
Oh, Horeb. This is Horeb. Like Horeb and like Zed. Yay. All the princes as Zabak, right? And as Amun. So this is Horeb in English. I kind of figured it was a landmass because it's high. It's high gave it away at the end. It's like Haran, right? Or Mount Hebron, right? It's like the same way. Or Mount Haran or Hebron is the same type of way. Kabarwan, with the high at the end, you know that it's saying the landmass. Remember what I said a few classes ago, where when we speak about the land, it always has a high at the end. It's feminine. We always feminize it because we have dominion over the land. Same way when the Lord speaks to us, he always speaks to us in feminine because we're lesser in authority than him. Yeah, he rules us. So I figured because the how was at the end that it was talking about a landmass because it came, once again, which gave it away to the mountain. And this mountain just so happened to be in Hebron. Wait, what is this? Horeb?
Oh, come on.
Say it again for me. What's the name of it?
It's Horeb.
Oh, Horeb.
It's like if that's the right word. Yeah, that's the right word.
Horeb, right? Horeb.
Come.
All right, let me move this up. So, Harabah would be Horeb. And then the highs on it. Hold on. CHAARABAH. The highs at the end to show that it's a speaking about the land. So HOREB. So Mount Horeb. Mount Horeb. So Wayaba'a, and he came. To Har, the mountain. Har, the mountain of Ha'alayim, the power, even unto Horeb. Now, the exercise they gave us, it didn't have the whole full scripture in there, right? So we had to break down whatever they gave us. So the whole even to Horeb wasn't in there. Just Horeb. All we got was Horeb. But even with that little bit, we were still able to break it down. All right, it's 8:42. So let's keep going. I'll let y'all write that down. Where we going next is going to be 1 Samuel 9. Salakia. 1 Samuel 9 and 17. Wa shall mawa'ala ra'ah av shawa'al. Sha'awal, Salaki. Sha'al, right? Sha'al. And that's going to be the next one. Like I say, y'all type in y'all questions. Y'all got questions, we got answers, man. It's like they say, it's like they promote. All right? Somebody said, I want to say good. I want to say good to hear. Do I say so I can say, if I want to say good to hear, do I say Shemai Tawab? To hear, it would be Lashawan Qadash. To hear. Good to hear. To hear good. All right. So you was close. I see what you tried to do, right? This was your question. I'm gonna put it up if you don't mind. So your question was, if you want to say good to hear, do you say Shemai Tawab? Well, that's not it. You know, you got the words right, but it's La Shemai, because La at the beginning of a root word means two. Now here, two is like to a place, unto. You went to somewhere, right? When a regular La just means to, like as in not going anywhere, like nice to meet you. Not I'm going to the store, right? So this one was close, Shemai al Tawab. But what you're saying here is here to good. You know what I mean? Here to good. Keep to good. Guard to good. You know what I mean? Watch to good. And that's not exactly correct. But you was definitely very, 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 very close. All right, it would be La Shemai Tawab. To hear good. Right? Because the Tawab would be describing what what you to hear would be the action word. Tawab at the end would be describing the action. All right. So I'm gonna erase this. Y'all should have it down by now. And then I'll write what the brother just said up there, and then we'll keep on going. All right. And Salaki too, if I'm missing y'all questions when y'all asking, because I'm over on the board so much. So Salaki too, if I miss y'all, y'all questions and all that. All right. I'll bring this down to make sure I see y'all questions when y'all, type them in. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna actually write what the brother was just asking. All right. This is what you want. La Shemai. La Shemai. To, and then here. To here, and then you want Tawab. Like, you always jam up. My wab be jammed up. I don't know if y'all notice. Every week I be jamming that damn wab up, man. I said, wab will never say nothing. Never say nothing. He just let my wab just be jammed up, man. No, I'm joking. To hear good, right? Meaning good to hear. Of course, America writes left to right, which is backwards. We write right to left. To hear good. The action, then you describe in the action. All right. So, brother, hopefully I got that in time for you. All right. No sign Christ. So let's get the next. Let's get the next one. So where are we going? 1 Samuel 9-17. Yeah, 1 Samuel 9-17. Wa Shemawala Ra'ah Af Sha'al. 9-17. 1 Samuel. Yeah, you got it.
Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 9 and verse 17.
Go ahead.
And when Samuel saw Saul, the Lord said unto him, Behold, the man whom I spake to thee of, the same shall reign over my people.
Read it again.
It says, And when Samuel saw Saul, the Lord said unto him, Behold, the man whom I spake to thee of, this same shall reign over my people.
This same shall reign over my people. Go ahead. And that was it? So this is when the Lord was appointing Saul to be king. right? Because this is when Samuel was appointing Saul to be king. Shema wa'ala. Shema wa'ala. Ra'ah. Lock here. Here's what I'll do so y'all can read. I'll put A-H-H so y'all can get it. Ra'ah. Alright? Because that's how it's pronounced. Ra'ah. The ha loses the I at the end. Washima wa'ala. Ra'ah. Ah. Sha'al. Alright? So like I was about to put ah in English, going backwards. Ah, and then you got Sha'al. Alright, now with that being said, I gotta put this down here to show you how to pronounce it. Ah, A-H-T-H. Or you can put A-T-H. I just like to put A-H-T-H. Sha'al. Sha, A-H-W, right? And then La at the end. Sha'al. Sha'al. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. Read it again. I am the bar, no sweat. Go ahead, read it again.
Samuel 9:17. And when Samuel saw Saul, the Lord said unto him, Behold, the man whom I spake to thee of, the same shall reign over my people.
So now let's break it down. Why at the beginning of a root word means and. So that's why. And. Works a little bit, just a tad bit small. Give it some add some bass to it. And Shema wa'ala, Samuel, right? And Samuel, now put it up here too, Samuel, Shema wa'ala, Saul. When he saw, right? That's what Ra'ah means, see. It means saw, seeing. When he saw. Also, too, and this and is and when. Alright, that's what it's saying. And when. I told y'all that and means a lot of things. That Esau would use it as when. We're heretofore and all those different type things. Go ahead.
It's like, what does Samuel,
Moreover, go ahead.
What does Samuel's name mean?
It depends. I'm not sure what the Y would mean, so it just depends what these three mean. But this would be the power, or the Most High,
So it's
God.
It's something about
Yeah.
Shema.
Right. Yeah, something of the power, right? It could mean protected by the power. It could mean, because you can merge the words together. So this would be present tense. Shema, meaning, shamar. So it would be protected by the power because the Y would be here, right? Let me see. It depends. It could mean they're guarded by the power or they're protected by the Most High.
Because like Shema is missing the right, but it still do have something to do with.
But here's the thing, and we never know what these can mean, where these come from. So we can put whatever we think it means. You know what I mean? Kasha, meaning which, or which, or of waters, which, that which is from the waters, or, things like that. How we got Shemayim, right? So, which is waters, or of or pertaining to, which are pertaining to waters, right? So Shah at the beginning of a root word could be, which are pertaining to, and then whatever Mawa is, right? Or this could be a word. Mawa'ala could be a word. You know what I mean? We never know. But more than likely, it's usually you put the power there or God in our names, and then we never know what this ma and wa from, or Shah's from. So we can speculate. I'll look. I can pull it up. Where you at?
That's 1 Samuel 9:17.
1 Samuel 9:17. 9:17, and we can see what it says in here, but they ain't always. A lot of times they just not right with the names. Esau just be guessing. You know what I mean? He ain't absolutely 100 with his names. This is really the white man taking a good, solid guess on what he think it means. All right, with that being said, let's take a look at it. Let's see what it means. Samuel, his name is El. All right, now that could mean that this one is pretty good. I would take this one over a lot of the bullshit, stuff that Esau be putting up. Shum, name, and then is, and then the power, or why. Salakia, name, his name, the power. His name is the power. That makes sense. I didn't even think of that, Shum. I didn't even think of Shum, and then why to say his name, and then the power. That I would take over, a lot of these other names Esau be coming up with. So that one I would take over a lot of the rest of them. So it could mean that. Who knows? It's high. I wouldn't take Esau's word for certain things, just because Esau speculates certain things that's not known, not unless it's documented somewhere that that's what Samuel name means. You know what I mean? So it's really like speculation, but we could use it and say it like you can name your son and then say that's what the name is, because there's a merger between Shum and Allah, saying his name is, and then the powers all put together. So now, let's get back to the class. In Samuel, saw, Ra'ah, this is not, I'm going to put this in parentheses because doesn't have a word meaning, but it's direct. I'll put specifically. Hold on, I don't have to spell specifically. Well, I got jammed up that quick. I was standing. Salakia. Is not a word meaning. Let me just say what I was going to say while you get that for me.
SP.
Hold on. SPE, right? I had like a brain fart. I'm looking at that like, hold on. Something ain't right. CIFI, right?
Yeah, you spelled it right.
And then LY, right? Specifically.
CALY.
CALLY. All right, no sweat. Sloppy, I lost my damn train of thought. I was trying to do two damn things at once. What I was about to say about is not a word meaning, which is why I'm putting this in parentheses, right? Let me just get this out of the way so I can get my train of thought up. Doesn't have a word meaning. Is used to join, sort of, to show direction. To join, like, not to join, but it's to show direction. So it's sort of like you joining what you're saying with who you're saying it about. It's like you putting them two together to say specifically this person. It's to show direction. It doesn't mean with. It's used with other words. to say, directly him, specifically her, to show that person, right? To show who you're talking about. So, and Washama Wa'ala, and when Samuel, I want to put this up here too. I want to put aim win, because that's what it's going to say in English. All right, and win. Racing and wrote it the exact same way.
Time check 8:59.
8:59. Now just move this over. So it's saying and when Samuel. And when Samuel, and y'all know the when is in parentheses. Alright? But that's what it's saying though. And when Samuel saw specifically, so like, is that my phone? Oh, it's 9 o'clock? Dang. And when Samuel saw specifically Shaul or Saul, alright? Shaul is Saul. And I mean is I put it in parentheses again, is used to specify, right? I'll just put specify to how about I do this? This way ain't got nobody laughing at us misspelling this goddamn word, man. This is logic to show direction. That's what it's really for. Alright, to show direction. Right? So, and when Shema Wa'ala saw, specifically, Shaul, Saul. Alright, and when Samuel saw Saul. And I always say this, it is no way to sneak this in our language, in our culture, without actually sneak dissing. Like I can't talk, stuff about you and not mention your name. That's just not how Israelites do it, Astawak. Like who's the Asha in the room? Somebody gotta know. And Israel, they'll tell you, a woman to tell you. I Israelite women to tell you who's the BITCH in the room. They will. And so will the men, the brothers, and so will the sisters. Because in our language, it's even clown to this day to sneak this. That is not how we ever got down. You cannot talk about somebody in Hebrew without literally talking about that person. Because guess what? Somebody gonna say what? Who the F you talking about? Who you talking to? And now the whole room is gonna fight you compared to the person that you really wanted to fight. The person you had the art with. Now you're getting stumped out by the whole club when really you had an art with one person.
So like, it's a thing they do where they be like, I'll whoop everybody but in here. And then Israelites be like, he ain't talking to me.
Niggas be like, he ain't talking to me. He ain't say my name. Thank you. Give us the walking hand, man. You like, I would wear nigga ass in here. Niggas be like, that nigga ain't talking to me. He ain't say my name. Except for you might just raise up a demon in the brother who wanted to fight anyway.
Right.
And it might not be the nigga you was talking about. Right. It might just be somebody who wants smoke. Who wants to smoke me? Who wants to smoke me? Damn. You might have, conjured up that demon in that brother who wanted to break some jaws anyway on New Year's Eve. Because he ain't get a Christmas gift. And you drunk, I knock everybody the F out in here. Niggas like, oh, he ain't talking to me. That one nigga stuff. Who you talking to? You said my name? And now you like, nah, bro, I was talking, yeah. Now you gotta hit them words. Man. Somebody smack your teeth out your mouth. You can't sneak this in our language. So we got this off. This off right here is faggot proof. I mean, damn. This off right here is homosexual proof. All right? It's to show direction. It's to show who you're talking about. Shaul. When he saw Shaul, specifically Shaul, now that doesn't mean specifically, it's just to show direction. When Shemawa'ala saw to show direction, Saul, to show who he's talking about, Saul. Why? Because at this time he was about to anoint Saul to be king. So when he saw him, he didn't want to, he wasn't saying he saw you or me, because then I would be the king, then you would be the king. Or we can fight over it, say about you weren't specific. Tomato. It don't work like that in Israel, man. Ain't no sneak this and this. This is who he saw. Specifically, or to show direction, he saw Shaul. He saw Saul. Washama Ra'ah, Af Shaul. And when Samuel saw specifically, or to show direction or directly, Saul, that's who he saw. That's the man he was going to make the king. That's who he made king. That's who he was talking about. Ain't no sneak dissing in Israel, man. No cowards. No cowards, Yasha'Allah. With that being said, man, this was the Lashawan Qadash class. I enjoy this class, man, with every brother and sister out there in the nation, as well as y'all enjoying it, man. I enjoy it with y'all. We love doing this class. We love breaking down our language. Our language is our culture, man. Our language is what is the key to our culture. Is the key to understanding deeply who the hell we really are. This is bundle of sticks proof, man. This is exactly who the hell I'm talking. I'm talking about Saul. Saul cannot get out of it. Who stole your cars? Shaul. That's you know what I mean. So with that being said, our culture is built. Our culture is built in our language, man. Our language is deeply rooted in our culture, and that is how we're gonna. Like, you want to know how we are and how we were? Is written. You see how we dress. You know what we think. You know we keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. Yeah, we dress like superheroes. But when we speak, no cowards is in the language. And not only that, the slang is in the language. Calling a man a P-U-S-S-Y and a B-I-T-C-H. All that's in the language, man. That is, our culture is deeply rooted in our language. So when we learn it, we're literally learning the backdrop of who we actually were as a people. Like, to this day, it's still hard for me to picture us saying, Barabbas, free Barabbas, crucify him. Like, because I look at black women and black men with such, like, compassion now. And I can't imagine, my aunts and my mom sitting there with their head covered and they talking. And then they angry like, no, crucify him. Now is more clear to me. But before, I would have never pictured that's who was doing it. I would have never pictured myself like, crucify that nigga. No, get Barabbas down. That's my man. Take down Barabbas. Crucify that nigga. I would have never pictured it until the generals broke it down like that. Go ahead.
If I could, what you bringing out, it's so heavy and it's kind of multi-layered too, because it's like everybody having their own language and their own culture add backdrop to everything they do.
Right.
Because we don't have our language and our culture, it removes the background to where we whoever the hell anybody tell us that we are. That's why we think we damn everybody and nobody at the same time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's our damn problem. And what you're saying is heavy with the Bible, because that's what made me get into the Bible. I'm like, oh shit. It's maps in the Bible. So like, it's maps in the Bible. They spoke a language. They was living in this land and they moved to this land. They was living here, then they moved here. And then, like you're saying, now I can picture like, oh, a Moabite is a Chinese person.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? An Ishmaelite is an Arab person. This is a tribe in Africa. This is an African tribe. This is where, and then you can see where the people at today, and then what you're saying where they like free Barabbas. Now the Bible makes sense, because I'm like, well, we was running around
saying free all the wicked people are our own people to this day. So it's like we still do the same damn thing. I'm like, that's talking about blacks and Hispanics.
Think I'm Big Meech.
Free Big Meech.
You know what I mean? Larry Hoover. Whipping work.
That's a lot. The drugs and gang violence destroyed the hell out your community. And there's people that's locked up that fought against police brutality and fought against us being destroyed. We ain't saying free them.
Yep.
We saying free the drug dealer who destroyed your father about your house.
Yep.
He's making $1 million off of poor people. And he was buying whores and mansions and
prostitutes. And
you see what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, that's blacks and Hispanics. That's us.
Freeway Ricky Ross. Just like you skipped, that's why I give you a hand. What you just brought out, you made it even more crystal clear. Freeway Ricky Ross has a TV show. And so does Big Beach. The other nigga got a damn show. He had a movie, American Gangster.
Right.
I mean, goddamn. Countless white people. Where is our movie? Where is ISUPK? Black Jew. Nigga, Hebrew Israelite, whatever you want to call it. The Negro Jew conspiracy, whatever you want to call the movie. Right. Where is it? It don't even exist. Black Jesus. They made a mockery of that. Right. Where is the Black Jesus movie? It is none. But they got 5. You would think by now it would be 5, at least 5 Black Jesus movies. You would think of that at least by now. We've been teaching since the damn 70s, man. The 60s. They got Malcolm X movies. There's no Black Jesus movie. It ain't even one. Go ahead.
I think I heard we got one. I don't remember. Our brother did it too. I think we got one.
I don't know. And I hope it ain't the one with the light-skinned cat that looked like an Arab. Because there's one movie out there with a light-skinned cat that looked like an Arab. And some of the disciples was black. I don't know about that one. You know what I mean? That one I accept. But they made some of us look like Arabs. That one I'll accept, but not the joking Jesus, doing the goddamn dance on the damn water and shaking his butt on the goddamn water, and the white girl and the sister come out talking about it ain't even this nigga birthday. I hope it ain't that. I hope it ain't that, you know what I mean? That's all we get. When really our culture is deeply rooted in our language, man.
Right.
And without our language, we don't get to see that it was us saying crucify him. We don't get to see that it was us who went to the Romans and said, help us fight the Greeks. It was us who said, all right, our religious leaders, like T.D. Jakes, like, okay, I'll be the first to eat pork. I'll be the first one out of everybody to honor you, King. It was us to do that. It's easy when you think about T.D. Jakes and Eddie Long and Al Sharpton getting up there in front of everybody saying, you know what, it's on me, I'll do it. I'll be the first. And then you see Commander General Hano on his horse with the reins shaking. That's easy to picture now. You know what I mean? Or General Muhammad or General Haas, General Mayak, General Shalmar, General Kuthum on a horse, General Q. What is it? Goddamn rain shaking while T.D. Jakes up there is filling his mouth with pork, man. That's easy to see now. But without the language, come on, man. With that being said, man, we the ISUPK. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. This was the Lashawan Qadash class. Y'all stay tuned next week, man. Do not celebrate New Year's Eve. It is a pagan holiday. With that being said, Shalom, Israel. Now you go ahead and start.
It's like actually became security announcements.